Okay, guys. Now we are talking about. Remember, we are talking about the different Group B questions of CSI and NET. We are analyzing questions. We are looking at the type of questions. We are dissecting questions here to get what it needs to solve this question, right? Now, in this case, this is also a Group B type of question. So Group B, but it's about developmental biology, developmental biology questions. Now it's obviously an advice that most of the students who are from microbiology, biotechnology field or general life science field uh, don't have that sufficient knowledge in developmental biology to get through the questions of Group C. So it's always a good idea to read them carefully, get a basic understanding of developmental biology, because they can give you not more than one or two questions in CSIRNet, but they can give you some real good questions. You can solve it if you know it. If you memorize some certain things, you can directly answer questions, right? So let's look at here. The first question that you were talking here, that which is true for amount of yolk and cleavage in egg amphibians, right? Sorry that it freezes for a moment. Anyways, it says that the options are meso. Okay, options are mesolithial and holoblastic cleavage, isolithial and holoblastic cleavage, mesolithial and meroblastic cleavage, and microlithial and microblastic cleavage. Now, for this type of questions, you need to know a couple of things. One thing, you need to know some terms. If you don't know the terms, you can't answer this question. So it's a term memorizing. Remember, term memorizing type of questions, or TM type of questions. You need to know the terms and you need to know what that term means. Otherwise, you can't solve these questions. No way. If you don't know any of these terms, just go away from this question. Now, which is the true amount of yolk? True for amount of yolk in cleavage. So in this case, so two important things. You need to look the type of cleavage, which is mesolithial, isolithial, and microlithial. Three different variety of cleavage, as well as the cleavage type meroblastic or holoblastic. Now, what do you mean by holoblastic? What do you mean by meroblastic? As well as you need to know microlithial. What do you mean by isolithial? Right. So lecithin is a type of membrane, and what is the type of lecithial in this case we need to know. But according to this, I know that this is the process of system which involves in mesolithial and holoblastic type of cleavage. So I can click on this, right? But if you suppose this, you know about what is holoblastic and mesolithial, microlithial, you know these terms, but you don't you are not sure that it is occurring for amphibian or aves or birds and other things or mammals. So that's another question. So you need to know what this term mean, as well as you need to know from where you get those terms, because otherwise you can't answer, because they are asking you for amphibians. Remember, for mammals the system will vary, for birds the system will vary, for amphibian it is mesolithial and holoblastic type. So I can put here the option 1 is the correct answer, but otherwise you can't get. So focus on the terms for this type of question. Now let's move on to the second question. Is one of the most important gene involved in the dorsal ventral axis determination in Drosophila is dorsal. The gene term is dorsal, right? It codes dorsal proteins. Now, what is the function of this dorsal protein, and what is which is taken up into the nuclei of cells, and this side will become the ventral side, remains in the cytoplasm of the cell, and this side will become ventral side, is taken up into the nuclei, and this side will become dorsal, degrades onto the side, and which becomes the dorsal. So the actual thing they want to know, that during the development of Drosophila, the dorsal development section. So in this case, you need to know a complete process of your Drosophila development, at least a fair understanding of your Drosophila developmental biology, that which part of the body is giving us the dorsal, which part of the body is giving us the ventral side, and all these things. If you know those things, it's fine. If you don't know, this is a difficult question for you to tackle, right? Now in this case, what we know, that usually that the gene dorsal that is present for the axis determination is usually, so two important things are there. First of all, they want to ask you, so it's kind of knowledge based, it's a knowledge memorizing, so it's KM type of category of questions. Now in this case, they're testing that whether it is taken inside the nucleus, or not, and what is the position of this dorsal protein, right? using these two things, they're giving us 4 combinations, right? So you need to know those two things, whether that protein is taken inside the nucleus or not, or what is the position of the dorsal protein, onto the dorsal side or ventral side, right? So here, as I know, in this case, need to answer these two questions, and then we can get our answer. So in this case, I know that this protein is definitely taken up inside the nucleus, otherwise it won't act. Remember, for this you need to know this process, otherwise there is no way you can answer this question. So just get rid of it and go away, right? But if you know it, yes, it is taken inside the nucleus, so you know it is yes. So one thing is true, so you see that it is taken up inside the nucleus. So option C and option 1 is having this option, they're taken up inside the nucleus. So these two options, among these two options, definitely there is a true answer, right? Now the second thing, position of the protein. So whether it is positioned in the ventral side, where it's placed becomes a ventral side or a dorsal side. You might think that if you don't know this, you might get a wild guess that yes, it's placed in the dorsal side, so it should be a dorsal side. You may tick into the option 3, but again I'm telling you, do not do these things. If you are not sure about it, then go for it, then won't go for it, go for other questions, just leave it as it is. But if you know this, yes, as I know that this protein, when placed into the into a side, that side becomes ventral, it won't become dorsal. Though the protein termed dorsal protein, but if the protein accumulates this side, that protein becomes ventral and the opposite side becomes dorsal, right? So that's the reason in this case. So option 1 is fulfilling everything, so option 1 is the correct answer in this case. So if you know correctly, go for it. If you don't know, you can take a wild guess if you are not sure, and if you think that you are not getting this net this time, right? So these are the things you need to take care of. So knowledge based questions are good. If you have a basic understanding, you can answer the questions. They are unlike the questions of direct, because direct questions, if you don't know the answers, you can't get the answers, right? So these are the type of questions from the developmental biology, guys, and I hope that's helpful. Thank you.